Alright guys, now after taking these bad boys into the wild, there's a few things. Yeah, the comfort level that you're gonna have to get used to. I did replace the rubber parts right here, only because so they fit my ear better. So every time that now I put them in, they go in almost right away because of this rubber part kind of grabs and catches really well. So I don't really have a problem with that anymore, of it like slipping and sliding and trying to find that cradle. This is your actually docking part that this indicator is going to be your best bet. You're gonna feel that it's gonna expand your ear canal just slightly to the point where that's your indicator that that is the fit, that is the dock. Another thing too, I love that there's no logos or emblems on them or anything like that, so they're really discreet, and I feel like you can use them separately because they both look like they have microphones on them. There is no volume adjustment on there. I didn't say that in the last video too as well. So guys, welcome to the Wednesday and Thursday video. Yesterday we did sort of a review on these Inact Fire Future Plus headsets, these wireless headsets, and we kind of squeezed it in there between the vlogs. So it's not considered a vlog actually, but I was going to do a follow-up on these in about a week or so, because I'm going to take them to New York and Chi-Town and see how they work, you know, in the city, in the wild, just walking around using them for a long period of time, see what the battery life actually is, which is kind of the thing that people have been raving about. I think it's the case itself is what's really going to be key there, because you can actually charge that, and then so when these are running low, just drop them in your case when you're just dining in or eating or anything like that, and then they should be ready to go when you're done with your, you know, your meal. So I brought the 55mm in just so we can start getting different perspectives. I think using different lenses will give you more of variety, because right now I have the 55mm, the 15mm, and the 25mm. So if I alternate between those three, I think it should give some more creative perspectives on my vlogs. The thing is, though, the 15mm doesn't have autofocus, so it's a little harder to focus with that, but it is a 15mm f2, so it does make the background pretty blurry. So I'm excited about that. So this is a little bit of a crazy perspective. It's really zoomed on my face, but I don't even know how the audio is picking up, because I am a little further from the microphone, so I might be picking up a lot more outside sounds for sure. So we're gonna just try to experiment with this and then kind of zoom in on things and try to get stuff on the street and stuff like that. So maybe this lens would be cool. So my question is, how much butter is too much butter? How much syrup is too much syrup? Dilemmas. What's the perfect ratio? Is it a half a banana or is it a full banana? Some can go 1.5, but depending on how many waffles you actually use. And is this necessary? I think this is the most necessary part. This is a strong component of making really good waffles in the morning. I know some of you, probably most of you, have already seen the Jon Stewart address to Congress about the extension of the first responders of 9/11's healthcare bill. What he's trying to do is, it is going to be expired soon, so he's trying to get an extension, and that this shouldn't even be an issue because there's still a bunch of survivors still that's alive and that are in treatment that are hurt. I don't want to get really political on this channel or whatever, but you guys need to see it. It is definitely, if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out. It's a really passionate speech. It's really heartfelt. He's been a strong advocate for first responders for a long time, and almost since the beginning. It's almost like people are forgetting about them, you know? And addressing it to Congress like that, and most of them not showing up, it's a slap in the face, man. It's kind of sad. So I just started vlogging, and I didn't watch too many videos of how to or what I should do or the best practices or whatever. So I did watch a Casey Neistat video this morning about some of the tips that you should do while vlogging. So one of them is to have a story in each of the vlogs, right? A beginning, middle, and end. And within the middle of it, there should be conflict, and at the end, possibly resolution. But I do have some conflict right now because I'm still walking on that slight incline up to my next bus stop. And I am breathing hard on purpose because this incline is a lot more incline than this camera probably makes it out to be. So earlier in the week, I showed you guys this wall, and I showed you guys the dark part and the light part of this wall. But we're having an overcast day here in Seattle, and you can see the difference. Look how much more information when the clouds actually naturally diffuses the sun. So this is like a photographer's, videographer's dream right here, to have such a natural balance. And you can see more information, more colors, and more contrast. Cool. So one of our clients tipped us $20. Well, tipped Jasmine $20 for doing some envelope processing. And one of our employees, Neil, decided that he wants to put it on the ceiling so she can't get it. So I don't think I'm gonna help her, so we're just gonna see how this all unfolds. So sometimes we have people who ship like family heirlooms, and we had an old lady come in today and she had to ship a piece of china, and it was a really thick glass. It looks like it's been in the family for a very long time, passed down from generation to generation, and now it's her turn to pass it on to the next generation. But she couldn't wait until like Thanksgiving or Christmas. She had to send it all the way to Alaska because that's where her niece is. So I'm always so afraid to smash something that someone has brought down and kept it like in history. Do you understand that if they migrated here from another country and came to America into New York in 1900s just to make a better life for them, and only brought like 2 suitcases but a few things that were like from their family, right, that weren't confiscated, that weren't taken by the Port Authority or customs, they were able to keep it. And this is something that they've been passing on as a heritage thing. I'm not about to break that chain. I'm not about to break that cycle. So I made sure that I padded it so much with styrofoam, peanuts, everything that I could, just to ship it. And then I did so well that I can guarantee you if the plane exploded, that thing fell out of the sky, it would fall on the ground and be perfectly fine. Like, my packaging skills are pretty top notch. I could do a whole workshop and show you guys how to package something professionally. Pretty cool. So which one's Jordan's? Huh?
I thought
5. No, I don't know.
Didn't he tell you like the specific? I'm sure he knows.
Well, I should just call him and be like, hey, our box is showing. Okay, cool. So we just got a bunch of boxes that we've been waiting for. They came all the way from Tacoma. So we just got a bunch of boxes in that we've been waiting for here. And I think they came all the way from Ferndale, Washington. I don't know how far that is, but the delivery driver was pretty cool. He said that he thought that it was gonna be a lot harder to bring these boxes to us, but it wasn't too bad. So I gotta make sure that all the boxes that were dropped off matches the packaging slip, so we have the right amount and the right count in our inventory from what we ordered and what we paid for. So organizing all of this seems a lot more daunting than it is, because some of the boxes, like such as this one, which is a 4x4x4, is labeled as an EB001. But if you buy it from a different company that supplies the exact same kind of box, which is the 4x4x4, it's labeled TW2. So now we have a problem where the same boxes have two different names and are going to be in the same place. So our pricing guide though out front for the customers actually has the TW2. So when someone wants the TW2 and we see the EB001, which is still the same 4x4x4, it makes it confusing. But after a while you figure it out, you kind of know what box sizes are what, and the code doesn't matter. E114 EBO EB034 EB034. Yeah, see, like this one should probably be in the same area with the ones that are kind of the same size, but it's not. So we might have to figure out a new warehouse system for these boxes for sure. So we ran into our first problem. I'm trying to figure out which one this bad boy is. EB114 is 11 by 14, 11 by 14 by 83 by 4. That's technically a TW84. So this is the TW84, which is supposed to be right here. So this whole coding system is completely FUBAR. TW84. Oh, I guess there's a master here. I'll have to investigate in that a little. See, this is the problem that I knew we were going to run into. So this whole shelf side is incorrect. Now that we found the correct boxes, I got to find a home for these wherever they go. .55mm. Zeiss glass, really good portrait lens. Of course I have a protector glass on there too, a UV protector, for sure. So let's talk about this really awesome lens. It's a 55mm 1.8 and it's by Carl Zeiss. It's Carl Zeiss glass, but it's meant for actual Sony product. So I think it just fits that E mount. I think it's an EF mount because it's a full frame. So it's definitely meant for the A7 series, but I think it fits the A900 series too as well. But you're gonna have to take a look. But primes are crisp. So the thing about primes is that it is tack sharp. It is so sharp and crisp. I wish I could use this lens all the time, but the thing is I'm limited because of the distance. So maybe the next lenses that I do get, I'm gonna try to get a 1.8, but if you get those f-stops to like 1.8 or 1.6, they cost more money. If you're at an f4 that allows the least amount of light in, basically, and you don't get this beautiful buttery bokeh in the background, then yeah, you're gonna be paying less. But the 1.8 costs a little bit more, so I do have that 15mm that's an f2 and 25mm that's an f2, which is fine. I don't think I need my wide angles that buttery, especially if like you're vlogging and stuff like that. If it's too buttery, lose a lot of the information behind you. If you lose that information behind you, then what's the point of showing you where I'm going or showing you why I'm vlogging outside? I might as well just be in a studio at that point. So, but I believe this lens has eye detect focus, but it definitely has autofocus and it's really, really smooth. So check it out. So these are prayer flags from Tibet, and they were made in Nepal. And I'm thinking about putting them somewhere in the office here. Normally these are strung in the Himalayan mountains for just signs of prayer, I believe. But they're kind of beautiful, you know, they're made out of cloth, and I think they're handmade, you know, in Nepal. So it's kind of cool to give props. You know, shows that we travel or we ship around the world. You know, just, you know, being a shipping company, it would probably be cool to show that places we ship to, like, you know, France, Germany, Sweden, Brazil. Probably little flags around would be really cool. So this is just a part of that. This is where I die. I hate going up.
Hopefully not. I'm a little far to catch you if you start wobbling, so I'll just yell Geronimo as you get out.
Geronimo. They'll say that at my funeral.
His last word. His last soundtrack was.
He was brave, and the last thing he said was Geronimo.
Always dedicated to his job.
We all knew it was a little dangerous, but no, he pushed on.
He persevered.
He said, it must be done.
There we go. Just shed bubble wrap everywhere.
So I definitely wouldn't recommend standing on a stool with scissors in your hands, but hey, we got it up. And then also I put it in this doorway because when we have the door open, the wind will actually blow it a little, so that's kind of cool. And then it shows like it's on a mountain, like it's on a Tibetan mountain, or it's in the Himalayas. Look at that. So I got another set, so might as well put these up too. What to eat for today? I think I'm gonna have some boneless wings. Sorry. I'm really just eating in the streets right now, but waiting to cross the street. Needed a snack. See, the thing about cheap food under heat lamps is they're gonna come pretty dry. So that's the pros. That's the caveat right there. Cheap food under heat lamps, gonna come dry. So I didn't have an extra hand, so I had to shove a bunch of this in my pocket. Good thing none of them exploded. That would have been so bad.
I would take all of the pain from you if I could, if I could. I would make all of the ugliness look good, look good. And whenever you got lonely, I would be right by your side. I would take all of the pain from you. I would try, I would try. Shadows on the take all of the pain from you if I could. If I could, I would make all of the ugliness look good, look good. And whenever you got lonely, I would be right by your side. I would take all of the pain from you. I would die, I would die. I would take all of the pain from you if I could, if I could. I would make all of the ugliness look good, look good. And whenever you got lonely, I would be right by your side. I would take all of the pain from you. I would try, I would try. Shadows on the wall and the devil in the mirror. Whatever shape or color took the form of your fear, there would be no need to drown your trouble. You would never hurt. I'd be your stunt double, and I'd take all of the pain from you. If I could, I would make all of the ugliness look good, look good. And whenever you got lonely, I would be right by your side. I would take all of the pain from you. I would try, I would try. Who would I be, and what would I know without you in those early days, showing me the ropes? I have not forgotten you, though I feel so afraid. Someone help me.
So that's gonna be it for Wednesday and Thursday's vlog. Tomorrow I'm leaving to New York, so it's going to be early night tonight. There's gonna be a lot of packing to do for sure, and I'm pretty excited about that. So we're gonna get into New York really late, and then we have a bus to catch really early in the morning, so it's a quick turnaround. So I might get some footage of that, but expect Friday and Saturday and Sunday's video to possibly come Monday, but we'll see. So but if you guys like this video, go ahead and like if you like it, subscribe too as well. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. You can dislike this video too, whatever you like, but just don't forget to talk about it, share it, and leave me any comments of anything that I can correct or pacing's off, or if I can add music or something. I mean, I'm just working on it still too, so just trying to get better. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace. So the weather is pretty much perfect right now in Seattle. It's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those where you just walk outside and you really can't feel anything. You don't feel cold, you don't feel hot, you just feel the breeze. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous out right now. So, I was listening to music on the bus, and there was a song by Lindsay and it's called Stunt Double. And I like the metaphor that she's singing about there. When she refers to stunt double, is that she'll take the pain from someone else. She will take the pain for them. So I thought that was a pretty cool songwriting metaphor. You know? I'll be your stunt double, you know? So that's like kind of a fun metaphor, you know? It's not like regular pop music where there is no metaphors. I'm crossing the street while doing this and I shouldn't be, so I gotta go. One of the major complaints on the A7 series was the battery life, but now with this new battery, like I could just be filming and vlogging all day, and I'm like at 50% after doing like a whole transfer to my phone. I mean, like I transferred probably like 60 files, and it took probably like 30 minutes, and the battery's still it's still over 50%. That's impressive, dude.